Introduction to butchering profession. Butchering is an ancient and essential trade, transforming animal carcasses into usable cuts of meat for consumption. This profession demands a unique blend of anatomical knowledge, precision knife skills, and a deep understanding of food safety principles. A skilled butcher ensures quality, minimizes waste, and provides valuable guidance to customers regarding meat selection and preparation. The role extends beyond mere cutting, encompassing aspects of preservation, presentation, and culinary advice. Understanding the history of butchering reveals its evolution from a basic necessity to a refined craft, integral to culinary traditions worldwide. Modern butchering integrates traditional techniques with contemporary food science and hygiene standards. This course will equip you with the foundational knowledge and practical skills required to excel in this dynamic field. The demand for skilled butchers remains strong, driven by consumer interest in quality, locally sourced, and specialty meats. Butchers play a crucial role in the food supply chain, connecting producers to consumers and ensuring product integrity. They contribute significantly to culinary arts by preparing diverse cuts that inspire chefs and home cooks alike. This diploma program offers a pathway to a rewarding career, whether in retail, wholesale, or specialized meat processing. It emphasizes hands-on learning and theoretical understanding to foster well-rounded professionals. Graduates will be prepared to meet the challenges and opportunities within the evolving meat industry. The profession offers continuous learning and specialization opportunities. Safety and sanitation protocols. Food safety and sanitation are paramount in butchering to prevent contamination and ensure public health. Strict adherence to hygiene protocols is non-negotiable, covering personal cleanliness, equipment sterilization, and facility maintenance. Cross-contamination is a significant risk, requiring diligent separation of raw and cooked products, as well as dedicated cutting surfaces and tools. Regular hand washing, wearing clean protective clothing, and proper wound care are fundamental personal hygiene practices. All surfaces, tools, and machinery must be cleaned and sanitized before and after each use to eliminate bacteria and pathogens. Implementing a comprehensive hazard analysis and critical control points plan is crucial for identifying and controlling potential hazards throughout the butchering process. This proactive approach safeguards both consumers and the business's reputation. Proper waste disposal is another critical aspect of sanitation, preventing pest infestation and the spread of disease. All meat scraps, bones, and packaging materials must be disposed of promptly and correctly in designated, sealed containers. Temperature control is vital for inhibiting bacterial growth, requiring meat to be stored at appropriate refrigerated or frozen temperatures at all times. Monitoring these temperatures regularly with calibrated thermometers is essential for compliance and safety. Training staff on all safety and sanitation procedures ensures consistent application and fosters a culture of responsibility. Regular inspections and audits help maintain high standards and identify areas for improvement. Adherence to these protocols is not just a legal requirement, but a fundamental ethical obligation for every butcher. Essential tools and equipment. Butchering requires a specific set of tools, each designed for precision and efficiency in meat preparation. Essential hand tools include various types of knives, such as breaking knives for large cuts, boning knives for separating meat from bone, and slicing knives for finished products. A sturdy cleaver is indispensable for splitting bone and tough joints, while a sharpening steel is crucial for maintaining blade edge. Protective equipment is equally vital, encompassing cut-resistant gloves, mesh aprons, and safety glasses to prevent injuries. These tools are crafted from high-quality materials, often stainless steel, to ensure durability and ease of sanitation. Proper selection and maintenance of these instruments are fundamental to a butcher's effectiveness and safety. Understanding the purpose of each tool enhances both skill and productivity in the butchering process. Beyond hand tools, modern butchering often utilizes specialized power equipment to increase efficiency and handle larger volumes. Band saws are used for precise cutting of bones and large meat sections, offering speed and consistency. Meat grinders process trimmings into ground meat, while slicers create uniform portions of deli meats or bacon. Vacuum sealers are essential for extending shelf life and preserving freshness by removing air from packaging. These machines require careful operation and regular maintenance to ensure safety and optimal performance. Training on the correct use of all equipment, both manual and powered, is critical for preventing accidents and achieving high-quality results. Investing in reliable equipment is a cornerstone of a professional butchering operation. Knife skills fundamentals. Mastering knife skills is the cornerstone of effective and safe butchering. Proper knife grip is essential for control, precision, and reducing fatigue, typically involving a firm, pinch grip on the blade near the handle. Sharpening techniques are critical. A dull knife is more dangerous and less efficient than a sharp one, requiring regular use of a sharpening steel and occasional honing on a whetstone. Basic cuts include dicing, mincing, and slicing, each demanding specific angles and movements of the blade. Understanding the anatomy of the meat helps guide the knife, allowing for clean cuts along muscle seams and around bones. Developing a fluid and confident cutting motion comes with practice and attention to detail. Always cut away from your body and maintain a stable cutting surface to prevent accidents. Consistent practice builds muscle memory and improves overall proficiency. Precision in knife work directly impacts the quality and presentation of the final product. Uniform cuts cook more evenly and present more appealingly to customers. Learning to debone efficiently, separating meat from bone with minimal waste, is a highly valued skill. This requires a delicate touch and an understanding of bone structure. Slicing techniques, such as creating thin, even steaks or roasts, demonstrate a butcher's expertise. Proper care of knives, including immediate cleaning and safe storage, extends their lifespan and maintains their sharpness. Never put sharp knives in a sink full of water where they cannot be seen. Continuous refinement of knife skills is an ongoing process for any professional butcher, leading to greater speed, accuracy, and safety in the workplace. Meat science fundamentals. Understanding basic meat science is crucial for butchers to optimize cuts, cooking methods, and storage. Meat is primarily composed of muscle tissue, which consists of bundles of muscle fibers held together by connective tissue. The type and amount of connective tissue, particularly collagen and elastin, significantly influence meat tenderness. Collagen breaks down into gelatin during slow, moist cooking, while elastin remains tough. Fat, both intramuscular, marbling, and external, contributes to flavor, juiciness, and tenderness. The color of meat is determined by myoglobin, a protein that stores oxygen, with higher concentrations resulting in darker meat. Post-mortem changes, such as rigor mortis and aging, also impact meat quality, affecting tenderness and flavor development. Knowing these scientific principles allows butchers to make informed decisions about processing and recommending cuts. The pH level of meat changes after slaughter, affecting its water-holding capacity and tenderness. Proper chilling methods are essential to control these biochemical processes and prevent spoilage. Aging, either wet or dry, is a controlled process that allows natural enzymes to break down muscle fibers, increasing tenderness and enhancing flavor. Dry aging, in particular, also results in moisture loss, concentrating flavor and creating a distinct texture. Different animal species have varying muscle structures and fat distributions, influencing their unique characteristics and optimal butchering approaches. For instance, pork has different fat characteristics than beef, requiring different handling. A butcher's knowledge of these scientific aspects enables them to explain meat characteristics to customers and suggest appropriate culinary applications, adding value to their service. Primal cuts overview. Primal cuts are the large initial sections into which an animal carcass is divided during the butchering process. These cuts serve as the foundation for all subsequent subprimal and retail cuts. Understanding primal cuts is fundamental for any butcher, as it dictates the most efficient and economical way to break down a carcass. Each primal cut has distinct characteristics in terms of muscle structure, bone content, and fat distribution, which in turn determine its suitability for various culinary applications. For example, primals from the hindquarter often yield leaner, tougher cuts suitable for slow cooking, while those from the loin area are typically more tender. The specific names and divisions of primal cuts vary slightly between different animal species, reflecting their unique anatomies. Learning to identify and separate these major sections accurately is a core skill that ensures maximum yield and value from the carcass. This initial breakdown sets the stage for all further processing. The process of separating primal cuts typically involves using a combination of saws and large breaking knives, following natural muscle seams and bone structures. This requires both strength and precision to ensure clean, marketable sections. Proper handling during this stage is crucial to maintain meat quality and prevent damage. Butchers must be adept at recognizing the anatomical landmarks that define each primal cut, allowing for consistent and standardized processing. The yield from each primal cut can vary based on the animal's age, breed, and diet, influencing the butcher's strategy. Mastering primal cuts is essential for minimizing waste and maximizing profitability in a butchering operation. It forms the basis for understanding the entire carcass and its potential for diverse meat products. Beef carcass breakdown. Primal cuts. The beef carcass is typically divided into 8 primal cuts: chuck, rib, loin, round, brisket, shank, plate, and flank. Each primal possesses unique characteristics and yields different types of subprimal and retail cuts. The chuck, located in the shoulder, is known for its rich flavor and suitability for roasts and ground beef due to its connective tissue. A rib primal, situated along the backbone, is prized for tender cuts like ribeye steaks and prime rib roasts. The loin, further back, yields some of the most tender and expensive cuts, including tenderloin, strip loin, and sirloin. Understanding the location and properties of these primals is the first step in efficient beef butchering. This initial breakdown requires careful use of a bandsaw and breaking knives to ensure clean separations along natural seams and bone structures. Accuracy at this stage impacts the value and marketability of all subsequent cuts. The round primal, from the hind leg, is lean and versatile, providing cuts like top round, bottom round, and eye of round, often used for roasts and deli meats. The brisket, from the chest, is a tough but flavorful cut, ideal for slow cooking, smoking, and corned beef. The shank, from the leg, is very tough due to high connective tissue, best suited for stews and soups. The plate and flank primals, from the belly area, offer cuts like short ribs, skirt steak, and flank steak, known for their distinct textures and flavors. Each primal requires specific handling techniques to maximize its potential. A butcher must be proficient in identifying these sections and executing the initial cuts with precision to prepare the carcass for further processing. This foundational knowledge is critical for minimizing waste and optimizing yield. Beef subprimal cuts. Subprimal cuts are derived from the larger primal cuts, representing a further breakdown of the carcass into more manageable and specific sections. This stage of butchering involves deboning, trimming excess fat, and separating individual muscles or muscle groups. For example, from the beef loin primal, subprimals like the tenderloin, strip loin, and top sirloin are extracted. From the chuck, subprimals such as the chuck roll, clod, and shoulder clod are prepared. Each subprimal has unique characteristics that make it suitable for particular retail cuts or culinary applications. The goal of creating subprimals is to increase efficiency in further processing and to provide more standardized products for wholesale or retail distribution. This process requires a keen understanding of muscle anatomy and precise knife work to maximize yield and minimize waste. The round primal yields subprimals like the top round, bottom round, and eye of round, which are often sold as roasts or sliced for deli meat. The rib primal is typically broken down into the ribeye roll and the short ribs. Proper trimming of fat and connective tissue from subprimals is essential for improving tenderness and reducing cooking time for the end consumer. Butchers must be skilled in identifying muscle seams and using boning knives effectively to separate these sections cleanly. The creation of subprimal cuts allows for greater flexibility in inventory management and enables butchers to cater to specific market demands. This stage is crucial for preparing meat for its final presentation and sale, ensuring consistency and quality across various products. Beef retail cuts. Retail cuts are the final consumer-ready portions derived from subprimal cuts, designed for direct purchase and cooking. These cuts are what customers typically see in a butcher shop or grocery store. Examples include popular steaks like ribeye, New York strip, and filet mignon, as well as roasts such as chuck roast, round roast, and prime rib. Ground beef, stew meat, and stir-fry strips are also common retail products. The presentation of retail cuts is crucial for attracting customers, requiring neat trimming, consistent sizing, and appealing packaging. Butchers must be knowledgeable about the characteristics of each retail cut, including its tenderness, flavor profile, and recommended cooking methods, to effectively advise customers. This stage of butchering focuses on creating value and meeting consumer demand for convenience and quality. Creating high-quality retail cuts involves precise slicing, portioning, and often specialized shaping. For instance, a butcher might tie a rolled roast to ensure even cooking or butterfly a steak for faster preparation. Proper labeling with cut name, weight, and price is essential for consumer information and regulatory compliance. Butchers also play a vital role in educating customers about less common cuts, encouraging culinary exploration and reducing food waste. Understanding consumer preferences and market trends helps butchers tailor their retail offerings. The goal is to provide a diverse selection of cuts that cater to various cooking styles and budgets, ensuring customer satisfaction and repeat business. This final stage is where the butcher's craftsmanship directly impacts the consumer's dining experience. Pork carcass breakdown. Primal cuts. The pork carcass is typically divided into 4 main primal cuts: the shoulder, or Boston butt and picnic shoulder, loin, belly, and ham. Each primal cut has distinct characteristics and yields a variety of subprimal and retail cuts. The shoulder primal is versatile, providing cuts suitable for roasts, pulled pork, and ground pork due to its rich flavor and connective tissue. The loin, running along the back, is known for its tenderness and yields popular cuts like pork chops, tenderloin, and loin roasts. Understanding the anatomical division of these primals is crucial for efficient and profitable pork butchering. This initial breakdown requires careful use of saws and breaking knives, following natural muscle and bone structures to maximize yield. Precision at this stage directly impacts the value and marketability of subsequent cuts. The belly primal is highly prized for its fat content and yields bacon, pancetta, and pork belly. This section requires careful scoring and curing for optimal results. The ham primal, from the hind leg, is a large, lean cut, often cured and smoked, or sold as fresh roasts and steaks. Each primal requires specific handling techniques to maximize its culinary potential and appeal to consumers. Butchers must be proficient in identifying these sections and executing the initial cuts with accuracy to prepare the carcass for further processing. This foundational knowledge is critical for minimizing waste and optimizing yield in a pork butchering operation. The unique fat distribution in pork also influences how these primals are handled and processed. Pork subprimal cuts. Subprimal cuts of pork are derived from the main primal cuts, representing a more refined breakdown into specific muscle groups or sections. This stage involves deboning, trimming, and shaping to prepare for retail cuts or further processing. From the shoulder primal, subprimals like the Boston butt, upper shoulder, and picnic shoulder, lower shoulder, are extracted, known for their suitability for pulled pork and roasts. The loin primal yields subprimals such as the boneless loin, tenderloin, and rib portion, which are highly valued for their tenderness. Each subprimal has unique characteristics that make it ideal for particular culinary applications. The goal of creating subprimals is to increase efficiency in further processing and to provide more standardized products for wholesale or retail distribution. This process requires a keen understanding of muscle anatomy and precise knife work to maximize yield and minimize waste. From the belly primal, the pork belly itself is a subprimal, often further processed into bacon or pancetta. The ham primal is broken down into subprimals like the top round, inside ham, bottom round, outside ham, and sirloin tip. Proper trimming of fat and connective tissue from these subprimals is essential for improving tenderness and reducing cooking time for the end consumer. Butchers must be skilled in identifying muscle seams and using boning knives effectively to separate these sections cleanly. The creation of subprimal cuts allows for greater flexibility in inventory management and enables butchers to cater to specific market demands. This stage is crucial for preparing pork for its final presentation and sale, ensuring consistency and quality across various products. The careful preparation of these subprimals directly impacts the final product's appeal. Pork retail cuts. Pork retail cuts are the final consumer-ready portions derived from subprimal cuts, designed for direct purchase and cooking. These cuts are what customers typically encounter in a butcher shop or supermarket. Popular examples include pork chops, loin, rib, or sirloin, pork tenderloin, various roasts, loin roast, shoulder roast, fresh ham, and ground pork. Bacon, derived from the belly, is another highly sought-after retail product. The presentation of pork retail cuts is crucial for attracting customers, requiring neat trimming, consistent sizing, and appealing packaging. Butchers must be knowledgeable about the characteristics of each retail cut, including its tenderness, flavor profile, and recommended cooking methods, to effectively advise customers. This stage of butchering focuses on creating value and meeting consumer demand for convenience and quality. Creating high-quality pork retail cuts involves precise slicing, portioning, and often specialized shaping. For instance, a butcher might tie a pork loin roast or prepare boneless pork chops for ease of cooking. Proper labeling with cut name, weight, and price is essential for consumer information and regulatory compliance. Butchers also play a vital role in educating customers about less common cuts, such as pork belly or hocks, encouraging culinary exploration and reducing food waste. Understanding consumer preferences and market trends helps butchers tailor their retail offerings. The goal is to provide a diverse selection of cuts that cater to various cooking styles and budgets, ensuring customer satisfaction and repeat business. This final stage is where the butcher's craftsmanship directly impacts the consumer's dining experience. Lamb carcass breakdown. Primal cuts. The lamb carcass is typically divided into 4 main primal cuts: the shoulder, rack or rib, loin, and leg. Each primal cut has distinct characteristics and yields a variety of subprimal and retail cuts. The shoulder primal is known for its rich flavor and suitability for roasts, stew meat, and ground lamb due to its connective tissue. The rack, located along the backbone, is highly prized for its tender and flavorful rib chops and racks of lamb. Understanding the anatomical division of these primals is crucial for efficient and profitable lamb butchering. This initial breakdown requires careful use of saws and breaking knives, following natural muscle and bone structures to maximize yield. Precision at this stage directly impacts the value and marketability of subsequent cuts. The loin primal, situated between the rack and the leg, yields some of the most tender cuts, including loin chops and boneless loin roasts. The leg primal, from the hind quarter, is a large, lean cut, often sold as a whole roast, butterflied, or cut into leg steaks. Each primal requires specific handling techniques to maximize its culinary potential and appeal to consumers. Butchers must be proficient in identifying these sections and executing the initial cuts with accuracy to prepare the carcass for further processing. This foundational knowledge is critical for minimizing waste and optimizing yield in a lamb butchering operation. The relatively smaller size of a lamb carcass compared to beef or pork often allows for more intricate and delicate butchering techniques. Lamb subprimal cuts. Subprimal cuts of lamb are derived from the main primal cuts, representing a more refined breakdown into specific muscle groups or sections. This stage involves deboning, trimming, and shaping to prepare for retail cuts or further processing. From the shoulder primal, subprimals such as the square-cut shoulder, often boned and rolled, or shoulder chops are extracted. The rack primal is typically prepared as a Frenched rack, where the bones are cleaned of meat and fat for elegant presentation. Each subprimal has unique characteristics that make it ideal for particular culinary applications. The goal of creating subprimals is to increase efficiency in further processing and to provide more standardized products for wholesale or retail distribution. This process requires a keen understanding of muscle anatomy and precise knife work to maximize yield and minimize waste. From the loin primal, subprimals like the boneless loin and loin chops are prepared, prized for their tenderness. The leg primal is often broken down into the sirloin, shank, and various roasts or steaks, such as the American-style leg of lamb. Proper trimming of fat and connective tissue from these subprimals is essential for improving tenderness and reducing cooking time for the end consumer. Butchers must be skilled in identifying muscle seams and using boning knives effectively to separate these sections cleanly. The creation of subprimal cuts allows for greater flexibility in inventory management and enables butchers to cater to specific market demands. This stage is crucial for preparing lamb for its final presentation and sale, ensuring consistency and quality across various products. The delicate nature of lamb requires careful handling throughout this process. Lamb retail cuts. Lamb retail cuts are the final consumer-ready portions derived from subprimal cuts, designed for direct purchase and cooking. These cuts are what customers typically see in a butcher shop or grocery store. Popular examples include lamb chops, loin, rib, or shoulder. Racks of lamb, often Frenched for elegant presentation. Leg of lamb roasts, bone-in or boneless, and ground lamb. Stew meat and lamb shanks are also common retail products. The presentation as lamb retail cuts is crucial for attracting customers, requiring neat trimming, consistent sizing, and appealing packaging. Butchers must be knowledgeable about the characteristics of each retail cut, including its tenderness, flavor profile, and recommended cooking methods, to effectively advise customers. This stage of butchering focuses on creating value and meeting consumer demand for convenience and quality. Creating high-quality lamb retail cuts involves precise slicing, portioning, and often specialized shaping. For instance, a butcher might butterfly a leg of lamb or prepare individual lamb lollipops from a rack. Proper labeling with cut name, weight, and price is essential for consumer information and regulatory compliance. Butchers also play a vital role in educating customers about less common cuts, such as lamb neck or breast, encouraging culinary exploration and reducing food waste. Understanding consumer preferences and market trends helps butchers tailor their retail offerings. The goal is to provide a diverse selection of cuts that cater to various cooking styles and budgets, ensuring customer satisfaction and repeat business. This final stage is where the butcher's craftsmanship directly impacts the consumer's dining experience. Poultry butchering techniques. Butchering poultry, primarily chickens, turkeys, and ducks, requires specific techniques different from red meats due to their skeletal structure and smaller size. The goal is to efficiently break down a whole bird into marketable portions like breasts, thighs, wings, and drumsticks, or to prepare it for roasting. Key skills include removing the backbone, separating joints cleanly, and deboning breasts and thighs. Hygiene is paramount, as poultry can carry salmonella and other bacteria, necessitating strict cross-contamination prevention. Using sharp, dedicated poultry shears and boning knives is essential for precision and safety. Understanding the anatomy of each bird, including bone placement and muscle groups, guides the butcher's cuts. This ensures maximum yield and minimal waste providing a variety of convenient options for consumers. For whole chickens, common breakdown methods include the 8-piece cut, which yields 2 breasts, 2 thighs, 2 drumsticks, and 2 wings. Deboning a whole chicken or turkey allows for stuffing or rolling, creating specialty products. Ducks, with their higher fat content, often require scoring the skin to render fat during cooking. Proper handling and storage of poultry are critical to maintain freshness and prevent spoilage, requiring strict temperature control. Butchers must also be adept at trimming excess fat and skin, and preparing giblets for sale or disposal. The ability to efficiently and hygienically butcher various types of poultry is a valuable skill, catering to diverse culinary needs and consumer preferences. This ensures a wide range of fresh, high-quality poultry products are available. Game meats introduction. Butchering game meats, such as venison, rabbit, wild boar, and fowl, presents unique challenges and opportunities compared to domesticated animals. Game animals often have leaner meat, different muscle structures, and varying levels of connective tissue, requiring specialized handling. The source of game meat, whether wild-hunted or farm-raised, also influences its characteristics and processing requirements. Wild game may require more extensive cleaning and inspection for shot, parasites, or environmental contaminants. Understanding the specific anatomy of each game species is crucial for efficient breakdown and maximizing yield. Butchers must adapt their knife skills and cutting techniques to accommodate these differences, ensuring high quality and safe products for consumers. This specialized area of butchering caters to a niche market, seeking distinct flavors and textures. Processing game meats often involves careful skinning, evisceration, and chilling immediately after harvest to preserve quality. The aging process for game can also differ, with some meats benefiting from a shorter or longer hang time depending on the species and desired tenderness. Cuts from game animals are often similar to their domesticated counterparts. For example, venison loin, rabbit saddle, but their smaller size or unique muscle groups may necessitate different portioning. Butchers specializing in game meats must also be aware of local hunting regulations and food safety guidelines specific to wild-sourced products. Providing advice on cooking methods for leaner game meats, which can dry out easily, is an important part of customer service. This expertise allows butchers to offer a diverse and exciting range of products to adventurous palates. Sausage making fundamentals. Sausage making is a traditional butchering skill that transforms trimmings and less desirable cuts into flavorful, value-added products. It involves grinding meat, mixing it with fat, seasonings, and often binders, then stuffing the mixture into casings. The quality of ingredients is paramount, with a proper fat-to-lean ratio being crucial for juiciness and flavor. Common seasonings include salt, pepper, herbs, and spices, which vary widely depending on the desired sausage type. Casings can be natural, from animal intestines, or artificial, collagen, cellulose, each offering different characteristics. Understanding the principles of meat grinding, mixing, and stuffing is essential for producing consistent and high-quality sausages. This process not only reduces waste, but also creates diverse culinary offerings. The grinding process must be carefully controlled to achieve the desired texture, using appropriate die plates for coarse or fine grinds. Proper mixing ensures even distribution of seasonings and develops the protein matrix, which helps bind the sausage. Stuffing requires a sausage stuffer to fill casings uniformly, avoiding air pockets which can lead to spoilage. Overstuffing can cause casings to burst, while understuffing results in a loose product. After stuffing, sausages often require pricking to release any trapped air. Curing agents, such as nitrites, are used for some sausages, e.g. frankfurters, salami, for preservation and flavor development. Understanding these steps and maintaining strict hygiene throughout the process are critical for producing safe and delicious sausages. This skill adds significant value to a butcher's repertoire. Curing and smoking meats. Curing and smoking are ancient preservation techniques that also impart distinct flavors and textures to meat products. Curing involves treating meat with salt, sugar, and often nitrites or nitrates, which inhibit bacterial growth and contribute to color and flavor development. Dry curing involves rubbing the cure mixture directly onto the meat, while wet curing, brining, submerges the meat in a liquid solution. The duration of curing depends on the meat's thickness and the desired outcome. Examples of cured meats include bacon, ham, corned beef, and various salamis. Understanding the precise ratios of curing agents and the importance of proper temperature control during the curing process is critical for safety and quality. These methods extend shelf life significantly while creating unique culinary products. Smoking involves exposing cured or uncured meat to wood smoke, which adds flavor, acts as an antimicrobial agent, and contributes to preservation. Cold smoking occurs at low temperatures below 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius, and is primarily for flavor and some preservation, often used for bacon or salmon. Hot smoking cooks the meat at higher temperatures, above 140 Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius, while simultaneously imparting smoke flavor, suitable for ribs, briskets, and sausages. The type of wood used, e.g., hickory, apple, cherry, significantly influences the smoke flavor profile. Proper ventilation and temperature management in the smoker are essential for consistent results and food safety. Butchers skilled in curing and smoking can create a wide array of specialty products, enhancing their offerings and appealing to a broader customer base. These techniques require patience, precision, and a deep understanding of the chemical and physical changes occurring in the meat. Portion control and yield management. Portion control and yield management are critical for profitability and consistency in any butchering operation. Portion control ensures that each cut of meat is of a consistent size and weight, meeting customer expectations and standardized recipes. This minimizes waste and allows for accurate pricing. Yield management focuses on maximizing the usable meat obtained from a carcass or primal cut, reducing trim and bone waste. It involves skilled deboning, precise trimming of fat and connective tissue, and utilizing all parts of the animal, including trimmings for ground meat or sausages. Accurate weighing scales and standardized cutting guides are essential tools for maintaining consistency in portioning. Understanding the cost of raw materials versus the revenue from finished products is fundamental to effective yield management. Implementing strict portion control helps manage inventory, predict sales, and control food costs, especially in wholesale or restaurant supply. For retail butchers, consistent portioning builds customer trust and ensures fair value. Effective yield management directly impacts the bottom line by converting what might be considered waste into marketable products. This requires a butcher to be highly skilled in minimizing bone and fat trim while still producing high-quality cuts. Regular analysis of yield percentages for different cuts and carcasses helps identify areas for improvement and optimize butchering practices. Training staff on these principles ensures that every cut contributes to the overall efficiency and profitability of the business. This strategic approach is vital for sustainable and successful butchering operations. Meat storage and handling. Proper meat storage and handling are fundamental to maintaining quality, preventing spoilage, and ensuring food safety. Temperature control is the most critical factor, requiring meat to be kept at specific refrigerated temperatures, typically 32 to 40 Fahrenheit or 0 to 4 Celsius, or frozen, 0 Fahrenheit or -18 Celsius below at all times. Fluctuations in temperature can accelerate bacterial growth and degrade meat quality. Packaging plays a vital role in protecting meat from air exposure, which causes freezer burn and oxidation, and from cross-contamination. Vacuum sealing, airtight containers, or butcher paper are common methods. Raw meat should always be stored below cooked or ready-to-eat foods to prevent drips and potential contamination. Understanding the shelf life of different meat types and cuts is essential for inventory rotation. First in, first out. FIFO is a crucial inventory management principle for meat storage, ensuring older products are used before newer ones to minimize waste. Proper labeling with product name, date of processing, and recommended use by date is essential for tracking and compliance. Thawing frozen meat safely is equally important, ideally done slowly in the refrigerator, under cold running water, or in the microwave for immediate cooking. Never thaw meat at room temperature, as this allows bacteria to multiply rapidly on the surface. Maintaining a clean and organized storage area, free from pests, is also vital. Regular cleaning and sanitizing of refrigerators and freezers prevent bacterial buildup. Adherence to these strict handling and storage protocols is non-negotiable for any professional butcher, safeguarding both product integrity and public health. Customer service and sales. Exceptional customer service and effective sales techniques are vital for a butcher's success, especially in a retail setting. Butchers are often the primary point of contact for customers, requiring strong communication skills and a friendly, approachable demeanor. Providing expert advice on meat selection, cooking methods, and portion sizes adds significant value and builds customer trust. Actively listening to customer needs and preferences allows butchers to recommend appropriate cuts and offer personalized suggestions. Knowledge of different meat types, their characteristics, and culinary applications is essential for answering questions confidently. A positive and engaging interaction can transform a one-time buyer into a loyal, repeat customer. This personal connection is a hallmark of a traditional butcher shop. Effective sales also involve understanding product presentation and merchandising. Arranging cuts attractively in display cases, ensuring cleanliness, and providing clear pricing information encourages purchases. Suggestive selling, such as recommending complementary products like marinades or spices, can increase average transaction value. Butchers should be adept at handling customer inquiries, complaints, and special requests professionally and efficiently. Building rapport and remembering customer preferences fosters a personalized experience that distinguishes a butcher from larger retailers. Continuous learning about new cuts, recipes, and culinary trends allows butchers to stay relevant and provide up-to-date advice. Ultimately, excellent customer service and sales skills are as important as knife skills for a thriving butchering business, creating a memorable and satisfying experience for every client. Inventory management strategies. Effective inventory management is crucial for a butcher shop's profitability, minimizing waste and ensuring product freshness. It involves systematically tracking all incoming and outgoing meat products, from whole carcasses to retail cuts. The first in, first out FIFO principle is paramount, ensuring that older stock is sold or used before newer stock to prevent spoilage and reduce losses. Accurate record keeping of purchases, sales, and waste is essential for monitoring inventory levels and identifying trends. Regular physical inventory counts should be conducted to reconcile with recorded data and pinpoint discrepancies. Understanding demand patterns and seasonality helps in optimizing ordering quantities, preventing both overstocking and stockouts. This strategic approach ensures that the right products are available at the right time in the right quantities. Managing inventory also includes careful monitoring of product shelf life and implementing rotation schedules. Meat products have varying shelf lives, and knowing these limits is vital for preventing spoilage. Proper storage conditions, as discussed previously, are integral to extending product life. Waste reduction strategies, such as utilizing trimmings for ground meat or sausages, directly impact inventory efficiency. Negotiating with suppliers for favorable terms and consistent quality is another aspect of effective inventory management. Technology, such as point-of-sale, POS systems, and inventory software, can significantly streamline tracking and reporting processes. A well-managed inventory system reduces financial losses, enhances customer satisfaction by ensuring fresh products, and contributes to the overall operational efficiency of the butcher shop. It is a continuous process requiring vigilance and attention to detail. Legal and regulatory compliance. Adhering to legal and regulatory compliance is non-negotiable for any butchering operation, ensuring food safety, ethical practices, and consumer protection. This includes strict compliance with local, national, and international food safety regulations, such as those set by the USDA or equivalent bodies. Regulations cover everything from facility hygiene, equipment sanitation, and temperature control to proper labeling. Ingredient declarations and allergen information. Butchers must be knowledgeable about specific requirements for processing, packaging, and selling different types of meat. Regular inspections by health authorities are common, and maintaining meticulous records of all processes and training is crucial for demonstrating compliance. Failure to comply can result in severe penalties, including fines, business closure, and damage to reputation. Beyond food safety, butchers must also be aware of regulations concerning animal welfare, sourcing, and environmental impact. Sourcing meat from approved and reputable suppliers is essential. Labeling laws are particularly stringent, requiring accurate information regarding the cut, species, weight, price, and any additives or allergens. For specialty products like cured or smoked meats, specific regulations regarding nitrite levels and processing methods must be followed. Training staff on all relevant regulations and maintaining a culture of compliance is vital. Staying updated on changes in legislation is an ongoing responsibility. Proactive adherence to these legal and regulatory frameworks not only ensures operational legality, but also builds consumer trust and confidence in the butcher's products and practices. It is a cornerstone of responsible business operation. Advanced butchering techniques. Advanced butchering techniques extend beyond basic primal and subprimal breakdowns, focusing on specialty cuts, intricate deboning, and creative meat preparation. This includes seam butchery, where meat is separated along natural muscle seams without cutting through muscle fibers, resulting in more tender and aesthetically pleasing cuts. Frenching, a technique for cleaning bones on racks of lamb or pork, creates an elegant presentation. Tying and netting roasts ensures even cooking and maintains shape. Deboning entire poultry or larger cuts of meat while keeping the skin intact requires significant skill and precision. These techniques are often employed for high-end restaurants, gourmet markets, or custom orders, adding significant value to the butcher's craft. Mastering these advanced skills elevates a butcher's expertise and expands their product offerings. Creating unique value-added products, such as stuffed roasts, roulades, or intricate charcuterie components, also falls under advanced butchering. This involves combining different meats, seasonings, and sometimes other ingredients to create complex flavors and textures. The ability to prepare specific cuts for ethnic cuisines or specialized cooking methods demonstrates a butcher's versatility. For example, preparing specific cuts for Asian stir-fries or Mediterranean kebabs. Understanding how to utilize every part of the animal, including offal and less common cuts, in creative ways is another advanced skill that minimizes waste and maximizes profitability. Continuous learning and experimentation with new techniques and recipes are hallmarks of an advanced butcher. These skills allow butchers to differentiate themselves in the market and cater to sophisticated culinary demands. Career paths in butchering. A diploma in butchering opens doors to a diverse range of career paths within the meat industry and beyond. Traditional roles include working as a retail butcher in local shops, supermarkets, or specialty gourmet stores, where direct customer interaction and product knowledge are key. Wholesale butchers work in larger processing plants, focusing on high-volume breakdown of carcasses into primal and subprimal cuts for distribution to restaurants and institutions. Opportunities also exist in meat processing facilities, specializing in sausage making, curing, or value-added product creation. The demand for skilled butchers remains consistent, driven by consumer preferences for quality meat and artisanal products. This foundational training provides a strong entry point into a stable and respected trade. Beyond traditional butchering roles, graduates can explore entrepreneurial ventures, such as opening their own butcher shop, catering business specializing in meat, or a custom meat processing service. Culinary arts offer another avenue, with butchers often working as meat specialists in high-end restaurants, contributing to menu development and precise portioning. Roles in quality control, food safety inspection, or meat science research are also possibilities for those interested in the scientific and regulatory aspects. Continuous learning, specialization in game meats, charcuterie, or specific animal species, and staying updated on industry trends can lead to career advancement and leadership positions. The butchering profession offers a blend of craftsmanship, culinary artistry, and business acumen, providing a fulfilling and dynamic career for dedicated individuals.